There is a drink that has been synonymous with fame, luxury, and celebration for over 300 years. A drink that opens with a pop that by itself announces something special is about to happen. A drink that has sparked legal battles, shaped laws, and shattered fortunes. That drink is champagne. But what is champagne, really? Why the bubbles? Why that particular region of France? And did a monastic monk truly discover the bubble? Or is that one of the greatest legends in the history of wine? Today we explore all of it. Welcome to the story of Champagne. Champagne comes from the Champagne region, located in northeastern France, about 150 kilometers from Paris. This is no coincidence. Champagne is one of the coldest wine-growing regions in the world. The average annual temperature is just 10 to 11 degrees Celsius. That climatic scarcity, which in any other context would be a disadvantage, here becomes the ultimate advantage. The grapes ripen slowly and evenly, preserving high acidity and a delicate spectrum of aromas. But climate is only part of the story. The real magic lies beneath the surface. The soil of Champagne is predominantly chalk, formed by the sedimentation of marine organisms more than 70 million years ago. This chalk is known as belemnite chalk. It has a remarkable ability. It drains water, yet simultaneously retains it deep below, providing the vine with steady moisture. The chalk also reflects sunlight upward toward the vine from below, contributing to more even ripening. And there is something else. Beneath the cities of Reims and Épernay lies a labyrinth of underground cellars, carved directly into the chalk, stretching for dozens of kilometers. In those cellars, more than 1 billion bottles are quietly aging. 1 billion. 1 billion bottles of champagne are quietly aging in these cellars at a constant 12 degrees. Almost everyone who has ever heard of Champagne has also heard of Dom Pérignon, the Benedictine monk who allegedly invented champagne. The story goes that after his first sip, he exclaimed, "Brothers, I am drinking stars." It's a beautiful story. The problem is, it isn't true. Pierre Pérignon was a real person. He served as the cellar master of Hautevillers Abbey and was an extraordinarily talented viticulturist and winemaker. He was one of the first to systematically blend grapes from different plots to achieve a consistent flavor. He developed methods for pressing white juice from black grapes. He was a pioneer in the use of thicker, sturdier bottles. But he did not invent the bubble. In fact, he spent his entire life trying to get rid of it. At the time, wines from Champagne were still red wines. Occasionally, a bottle would explode, or the wine would begin to foam, and that was considered a sign of poor fermentation. Dom Pérignon wanted to make wine that was cleaner, more stable. The irony, what he considered a flaw, we today celebrate as perfection. So who deserves the credit? The truth is that the English were the first to create it deliberately. Scientist Christopher Merritt documented the process in 1662, 30 years before Dom Pérignon. He documented the process of adding sugar to already fermented wine to trigger a secondary fermentation and produce carbon dioxide. Bubbles. Science was ahead of the legend. But what actually is a bubble? Why does it matter so much? The bubble in champagne is created through a process called the méthode champenoise. After the first fermentation, a mixture of sugar and yeast, known as liqueur de tirage, is added to the wine, and the bottle is sealed and turned upside down. The yeast consumes the sugar and produces carbon dioxide. Since the bottle is sealed, the CO2 has nowhere to go. It dissolves into the liquid under pressure. That pressure inside a bottle of champagne is approximately 5 to 6 bar. That is roughly 3 times the pressure inside a car tire. When you open the bottle and pour the champagne into a glass, the pressure drops suddenly, and the CO2 begins escaping in the form of bubbles. Bubbles form on microscopic imperfections on the inner walls of the glass, residual fibers, dust, or scratches. On a single such site, up to 30 bubbles per second can form. In a single glass of champagne, between 1 and 2 million bubbles can be created, and the size of the bubble directly affects the taste. Smaller bubbles release aromatic compounds more slowly. The bubble is not merely aesthetics. The bubble is a flavor delivery mechanism. Champagne is most commonly made from 3 varieties. Chardonnay, the only white variety, gives elegance, freshness, and minerality. Pinot Noir is a black variety, but pressing yields white juice. It brings body, structure, and red fruit like cherries and blackberries. Pinot Meunier is less known but critical. It is more resistant to frost and gives champagne freshness in its youth. One of the most fascinating skills is the assemblage, the blending of wines from different years and plots to achieve a consistent style. Major houses like Krug may combine up to 120 different wines in a single assemblage. It is music composed from 100 instruments. And when the harvest is exceptional, a millésime is born, a vintage champagne. These bottles carry a year and can age for decades. Champagne today is not merely a drink, it is a billion-euro industry. In 2022 alone, exports reached a record 6.3 billion euros. At the head stand the Grande Maison, Moët and Chandon, Veuve Clicquot, Krug, Dom Pérignon. These names are institutions. But behind the glamour lies another story. Independent producers known as récoltants manipulants who cultivate their own grapes. Sommeliers seek out these artisan champagnes. Anselme Celos, in particular, is considered the Picasso of champagne. At auction, rare bottles reach astronomical prices. A 1995 Krug Clos d'Ambonnet has sold for over 3,000 euros. The word champagne is a legally protected designation. Only wine from the defined region using the strict rules may bear the name. This protection followed decades of battles. In 1911, riots broke out when growers were excluded from the name. The law was changed. Other sparkling wines have different names: Cava in Spain, Prosecco in Italy, Sekt in Germany. They are good, but they are not champagne. Since 1950, champagne has been inseparable from Formula One. Drivers celebrate on the podium by spraying the golden bubbles. Ships are christened with champagne. A bottle is smashed against the hull at launch as a symbol of good fortune. Napoleon Bonaparte once declared, "In victory, I deserve champagne. In defeat, I need it." It captures our bond with this drink. At the bottom of the Atlantic, within the Titanic wreck, bottles were found and recovered, remarkably well preserved. During the World Wars, winemakers worked under fire. Champagne is a symbol of resilience and beauty in dark times. Champagne is a paradox. Born in the cold, from grapes that barely ripen, it becomes the most sought-after drink on earth. The next time you open a bottle, listen to the pop. Watch the bubbles rise. You are drinking centuries of history. Cheers.